high gear. The stars of the ARCA REMAX series attack the high banks of Winchester Speedway. It's a 110-mile-an-hour traffic jam, 200 laps of close quarters action. Horsepower and quick reflexes are at a premium tonight. And if you lose your concentration, well, the action will be served up steam. When the racing gets this hot, you know tempers are reaching the boiling point. The ARCA REMAX series heats up Winchester next. And welcome live to Winchester Speedway at Winchester, Indiana, the 16th round of the 2003 ARCA REMAX series season. It's the Winchester ARCA REMAX 200 tonight, live here on Speed. Hello again, everyone. I'm Rick Benjamin, joined by two-time ARCA REMAX champion Bill Venturini. They call this the world's fastest half mile, with good reason. It may also be the world's toughest half mile. And Bill, since we were here last, they've changed this place.
Well, yeah, they moved the front straightaway wall a little further back, give it a little wider racing surface in the front straightaway. But it's not only the fastest, it's the roughest. We found out the hard way. Billy got into the wall in practice, spent last half of practice fixing the race car, but we should be good.
You were one of about half a dozen cars and drivers that got into the wall during practice or qualifying. Many of these cars have scuffed right side bodywork. We talked to some of tonight's key contenders before we go green to find out just how tough a place Winchester is.
Fast and furious, I guess, are the two words I can come up with really quick. This is a great old racetrack, a lot of history here, and really fast place.
Winchester's, I mean, thrilling. I mean, nonstop. It's just a fast-paced racetrack. It's a blast to come to. You run right by the wall. I mean, they say it's the world's fastest half mile, and they say that for a reason. It's a great place to come, and it's a lot of fun.
The best thing I have to compare it to is Bristol. It's fast. It's the crashes happen fast. The action in front of you happens fast, so you have to be alert.
Things happen here so fast. It's quite exciting, and you really got to be on your game. A little bit bumpy, a little bit hard to get a hold of up off the corner, but we hope that we got the right setup in there tonight so we can challenge for the win.
It's kind of like riding a roller coaster. It's really fast. You're up against the fence. You hold your breath for 200 laps. Qualifying, you hold your breath. You never breathe for 2 laps. So it's just thrill ride of a lifetime.
And a couple of ARCA's young guns held their breath best of all during qualifying. They're on the front row tonight. Don Radebaugh downstairs.
Well, thank you, Rick. Some great stories for sure. How about this? Paul Menard, son of renowned IndyCar owner John Menard, put the fenders on tonight, and only his third ARCA REMAX Series start has qualified for the Old Milwaukee Pole. Very impressive, Paul. However, you have never seen Winchester Speedway before until today. How confident are you can keep this car up front for 200 rounds?
Well, that just shows you how good this Turtle Wax Menards team is, you know. Never seen the place till this morning, but worked on the car all practice long. The guys gave me a great car for qualifying. It's not going to be easy, though. We got Shelby Howard, Kimmel, all those guys are going to be coming, so we'll definitely be in good shape. But I got to say hi to my mom watching back home. My mom, love you. See you tomorrow.
All right, hey, Mom, to you, too. Great story. Here's another one for you. How about this? Shelby Howard busted the motor in practice. The crew had to pedal really, really hard to get another Ernie Elliott engine in the car. They did just in time to qualify for the outside of the Old Milwaukee Pole. Congratulations, Shelby. You're on record as saying this is your favorite racetrack. You were second here last year. Can you be first this year?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We got a lot better car this year than we had last year. We didn't get all the practice time we'd like today, but you know, we made it work and qualified second, and we're going to see what we can do.
All right, we're going to see what he can do as well. We know he can do it well. He's the youngest winner in ARCA REMAX Series history. He's also the youngest winner here at Winchester Speedway. Won an iCar modified event here when he was just 14 years young.
Very impressive for young Shelby Howard. 2 wins this season, the short track at Salem earlier this year, plus the Kansas Speedway. Take a look at the points chase. 7 races to go, including tonight. Frank Kimmel just about to the house with what would be his 3rd consecutive ARCA REMAX title, but 2nd through 5th, pretty close.
250 points between 4th and 2nd.
Brent Sherman in 6th. He's in the chase as well for a top 5 points finish. Cox, Boucher, Christy Passmore, who's the rookie points leader, is in 9th. We'll be back at Winchester. Channel coverage of the ARCA REMAX Series is being brought to you by REMAX. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. And by Gladiator Garage Works, a division of Whirlpool Corporation. Gladiator Garage Works. It's time to rethink the garage. 34 cars and drivers set to go 200 laps at Winchester. Let's get the command to put this one underway.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to go racing for those 4 famous words in motorsports. CEO and owner of the Winchester Speedway, Charlie and Judy Shaw.
Drivers, start your engines.
The command being given, the motors firing up on the front straightaway here at Winchester. They've widened this front stretch. They built a new crash wall and catch fencing. Very impressive changes, but it certainly has remained a very challenging racetrack. Let's show you our starting lineup, our RE/MAX starting lineup tonight here at Winchester. Paul Menard on the pole and Andy Petries 33. That's a Chevrolet. That's the Turtle Wax car. Shelby Howard in the Mack Trucks Dodge alongside. Second row on the inside, the 44, Brett Sherman from Illinois, the Serta Mattress Ford, and Frank Kimmel from Jeffersonville, Indiana. That's the Advance Auto Parts Pork, the other white meat Ford.
Inside row 3, Andy Ponstein out of Michigan driving the Bailey Excavating Chevrolet. And next to him, Randy Van Zandt out of Ohio in the Mike's Body Shop Pontiac. Row 4 inside in the number 67, Jason Jarrett in the Gladiator Garage Works Pontiac. Next to him in the number 21, Todd Bowser in the Gordon Food Service Marketplace Ford.
Starting ninth, Chase Montgomery, the Ray Montgomery Alice Cooper Motorsports Chevrolet from Tennessee. Mike Langston from Marietta, Georgia, the Langston Racing Ford, car number 66. Sixth row, Mike Buckley from Ann Arbor, Michigan, the ETS Solutions Chevrolet, and A.J. Hendrickson from Mooresville, North Carolina, car number 17. That's the Fastenal ECC Chevrolet.
Inside row 7, Mark Gibson out of Winder, Georgia, in the William Brothers Chevrolet. Next to him, Andy Belmont in the Verizon Ford. Row 8, David Clay out of Carlisle, Ohio, in the Select Construction Ford. Next to him, Billy Venturini in the Hawk Saw Blades Quartermaster Pontiac.
Row number 9, Justin Allgaier, 17 years of age from Springfield, Illinois, the Hoosier Tire Midwest Pontiac. Jason Hedleski from Clinton, Michigan, the EMP Stewart Components Junie Donlevy Ford, that's car number 90. 10th row, Bobby Gerhardt from Lebanon, Pennsylvania, brand new major sponsor for Bobby, the Core Mechanical AT Construction Chevrolet. Starting 20th, Robin Slaughter from Columbus, Ohio, the Robert Lock Concrete Chevrolet.
Starting 21st, the number 23, Insight Com Chevrolet, Ron Cox out of Saudi Daisy, Tennessee. And next to him, John Sadinsky out of Ohio in the Talon Chevrolet. Inside row 12, David Simcoe out of Michigan in the Mound Steel Chevrolet. And next to him, Christy Passmore out of Pryor, Oklahoma in the Gap Roofing Ford.
13th row, Jerry Middleton from Richmond, Indiana, the Surf Pro of Indiana Chevrolet. That's the 2 car. From Mesquite, Texas, Chuck Weber in the 24, the XL Communications Chevrolet. Row 14, Darrell Basham's 34 car from Henryville, Indiana, the Basham Racing Chevrolet. Jim Walker in the 06 from Holtville, Alabama. That's the Wayne Peterson Racing Chevrolet.
Inside row 15 in the 08 Chevrolet, the Think Pink Chevrolet, Bill Eversole out of Michigan. Next to him, James Hilton from Hilton Motorsports Ford. Row 16 inside, Brad Smith out of Michigan in the ProTech Lighting Ford. Next to him, Norm Benning out of Pennsylvania in Tobin's RV Boat Cleaner Chevrolet.
Finally tonight, the 17th row, Neil McClellan from Hamilton, Ohio, the Cincinnati's finest sportswear Chevrolet. That's car number 56. Mike Cook from Mountain Home, Arkansas, the K&K Racing Carl's Plumbing Chevrolet. We'll take you for rides tonight with a couple of very fast cars and drivers. We'll take a ride with Chase Montgomery in car number 27. He lines up in the 9th spot inside row 5, and there you get a look at the backstretch here at Winchester. We'll also have onboard cameras in car number 46. That's the Advance Auto Parts Pork Ford for defending series champ Frank Kimmel. Starting 4th, he was quickest in practice, didn't qualify well.
Well, you know, Frank took this car and practiced at Salem last week, did some testing, crashed the car. So they had to fix it and struggled, you know, to get here to make sure everything's right. But he's all right, believe me.
Take a look at our race analysis here tonight. 34 cars for 100 miles, more than $100,000 up, Bill.
Yeah, good purse. Exciting racetrack. I got to tell you, this is unbelievable.
Nearly 30 degrees of bank in the corners. Not quite Bristol.
Not quite Bristol, but try and walk on them. You know, you can't.
It was cool here this morning. We had rain for a couple of days. Still a lot of humidity, but we've gotten a break with the weather.
Yeah, if you'll notice, Billy Venturini has to drop to the back of the field at the start of this race, because after qualifying, we did find some more problems with the car. And once you touch the car after qualifying, you have to, if you do any work, you got to go to the back. And he had a broken brake rotor, so we dropped to the back.
It's amazing you were able to qualify and not have a problem there with no master cylinder and broken brake rotor.
Well, you know, he hit the wall, and we didn't catch it when we were fixing everything. And you know, we went out to qualifying. That's the breaks of racing, I guess.
Chase Montgomery, row number 5, was where he'll start tonight alongside Mike Langston in car number 66. Langston making just his 5th career ARCA start. He qualified very well in that car. Here's the view out the back of the Advance Auto Parts Taurus. Frank Kimmel starting second row outside. We're so used to seeing him at the short tracks up in the front row.
Yeah, but you're going to get used to seeing that view, looking out the back camera, because there's going to be nothing to see out the front. I'm sure of that once they drop the green flag.
Paul Menard is a very talented young race driver. We've had the privilege of watching him race in the Trans Am Series. Made his first Winston Cup start at Watkins Glen. He's tried the Busch Series in the Craftsman trucks. His dad, John, is here tonight. That's an Andy Petrie Winston Cup car. Andy's got his Cup team here. They're fielding the cars for Paul Menard this year.
Well, he's running, I don't know, 5 or 6 ARCA races. Done a good job with him. He's got excellent equipment, no doubt about it. And I don't know, you want to call him a kid or not, but he's done a good job, and I've watched him in the Busch Series. He's a very good heads-up racer.
Very quick in qualifying, obviously, to score the old Milwaukee pole tonight. Experience, though, plays a big part at Winchester, and he's never been here before.
Yeah, this is a racetrack that experience is definitely going to help some of these guys, especially when the pit, after you take on 2 or 4. I think this is a racetrack you have to take 4 tires.
Only 200 laps, 100 miles here. One stop ought to do it on fuel, I would think.
Oh, yeah, one stop on fuel, but you don't know if the tires will go that long. I think you could do it with 1 pit stop.
We'll see. Cautions usually are a big factor here. Menard in the 33 is on the pole. Howard in the 64 alongside. Brent Sherman in that black 44, and Frank Kimmel make up row number 2. Third row, keep your eye on Andy Ponstein in that 70. Glad you're with us, and we're underway and live tonight on Speed, and it's Menard leading them down into 1. Shelby Howard to second, Kimmel to third. Now here at Winchester, much like at Darlington, you need to run up high.
Yeah, you need to run up high, but you don't need to hit the wall. Like Jason Jarrett and Christy Passmore both just scraped the wall in the middle of 3 and 4.
But I've had many guys tell me you're not on the gas very hard here if you don't put some white paint on the right side of the car. Paul Menard by 2 car lengths as we watch him come up onto the front straightaway to put lap number 2 on the board. They lap this place at about 103, 104 miles an hour under green flag racing conditions. Top of your screen, our Remax speed strip shows you the running order. But it is very fast here.
Oh, this is definitely the fastest track. If you can see, look at Shaw. Before, Paul Menard was running low in 1 and 2, and Shelby Howard was running real high. But now they're both taking the high line going through 1 and 2.
Lapping by James Hilton in the 48. Shelby Howard is second. 2 victories for Howard this season, his second full season in the ARCA Remax Series. Moving by the 6 of Mike Cook. Added to the field as a provisional starter at the back. Kimmel third in the 46, qualified 4th. On board with Frank up against the wall. There you get a look at the brand new outside wall.
Well, when you used to come off of 4, it almost looked like the wall, the front straightaway wall grabbed you. You almost came off the corner and you had to turn the wheel just a little more because you're actually going to hit the front straightaway wall. But now you don't have to. It's actually got a little sweep coming off of 4.
Kimmel running third for 6 laps under green here at Winchester tonight. Corners here, even though if you looked at this place in an aerial view, you'd say, well, this is symmetric. Most drivers attack this from different angles.
You can call it symmetric. It may look symmetric, but you don't drive it symmetric. But let me tell you, this definitely got 2 distinct corners.
Kimmel running third. 2-time defending champion, 4 titles overall. Brent Sherman is 4th in the Serta Mattress 44. 5th spot to the 7 car, Randy Van Zandt from nearby Brookville, Ohio. Sherman running all by himself. Had a great run going when last we were with you from the Nashville Super Speedway, but got caught up in some traffic and fell into the wall pretty hard.
Man, they are strung out all over this racetrack already. And Menard is definitely in traffic and getting through traffic pretty good.
Lapping by Bill Eversole there in the Think Big 08. Shelby Howard going to have to thread the needle if he's going to stay with him. Shelby trying to go to the inside. Boy, you don't want to get taken out by traffic here. 3 wide at the bottom of 3, and Kimmel gets by for 2nd spot. Frank Kimmel takes advantage of the lap traffic to move by Shelby Howard and climb to 2nd. Talking about how drivers like to be up high here. With the traffic, you can't always do that.
Yeah, traffic plays a big part on this racetrack. You don't know if you can go high. You got to watch out what the other cars are doing.
Give Shelby Howard a lot of credit. He is staying right with Kimmel. He got picked off by a slower car. You're on board Kimmel's 46 car into Eversole. Looked as though he might have touched him there in the backstretch. Brent Sherman's going to ride by on the bottom. Bill Eversole holding up this group of fast cars. Kimmel gets by. Sherman now to 3rd. That drop kicks Shelby Howard to 4th. Paul Menard continues to lead. Menard's lapped by Norm Benning already. Moving by James Hilton there in the 48. Sherman sitting third, Howard fourth. Ebersole is a lap down.
Menard is setting a wicked pace right now, let me tell you.
We'll be right back at Winchester. Under caution for the first time tonight. While we were away on lap 17, the 90, Jason Hedleski, the Stewart Components car, spun over in turn 2, came down the hill and backed into the inside retaining wall. And he's done a fair amount of sheet metal damage to the back of the EMP Stewart Junie Donlevy Taurus. But Jason from Michigan will be able to continue his first ever start here at Winchester.
Well, you know, he works for Junie Donlevy.
He is his marketing
director. Yeah.
Let's get a word with the car owner and crew chief for the race leader, Don Radebaugh.
That's a pretty good idea, Rick. Let's do that. Andy Petrie, you've obviously got a great race car here tonight. Paul saying anything about the car just yet?
Yeah, he's pretty happy with the car so far. This is a tricky racetrack, and the lap cars are really going to be a problem all night long, looks like. I mean, it's not a lot of room to race out there, but seems like the car's good. Paul's real happy, comfortable with it, so we're just looking for some good luck.
Everybody's happy down here for now. We hope that will keep up throughout this 200-lap event.
Andy Petrie bringing many of his Winston Cup team here, and that's really what Andy's doing this season, fielding these cars for Paul Menard.
Yeah, I've seen more of Andy Petrie in the last 6 months than I have in 5 years.
Is he going to drive Monday at DuQuoin on the dirt again?
You know, I don't know.
I didn't ask him. I talked to him earlier.
I didn't either.
He ran there last year pretty successfully, as I recall, and Monaco Coach is one of his sponsors paying to field that car for Andy on the dirt. They'll have their truck at Richmond later this week as well. So Andy's a pretty busy guy, and it's good to see him here at the racetrack. Paul Menard has led all the way so far. 19 laps going up on the board. Second spot on the restart will be Frank Kimmel. Christy Passmore second in line, but she has gone a lap down to the race leader, being shown 23rd. First car that is one lap down. You've got 22 cars remaining on the lead lap. A lot going on speed these days. One big thing, of course, balloting for the driver of the year. A.J. Foyt, Mario Andretti, Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, who will join the list of legends and be named our 2003 Driver of the Year. Now you, along with the distinguished media panel, can help decide which driver in motorsports deserves this prestigious honor. Log on to our website, speedtv.com. Cast your vote for this quarter's nominees: Ryan Newman, J.J. Yaley, Elio Castro-Neves, Matt Kenseth, Scott Pruitt, Larry Dixon from the NHRA, Paul Tracy from CART, and Kevin Harvick from Winston Cup. Speedtv.com. Log on now and vote for Driver of the Quarter. Behind the safety car, first caution of the night. Jason Hedleski getting his baptism here at Winchester, and he's been on pit road. They've straightened out some of the rear sheet metal and gotten him ready to resume. Obviously didn't bend anything up too severely. Bobby Gerhardt's been on pit road early, and Christy Passmore's crew going to work trying to square up some of the front sheet metal on that Taurus.
Well, yeah, I told you, she got it in the wall on the first lap, flat-sided right side of the car. So, you know, if you're one lap down right now and your first car one lap down, it doesn't hurt to make a pit stop.
No problem with taking the time to go and make sure everything's right on that car. The Royal Gap Roofing car for Christy Passmore from Oklahoma, former sprint car driver. Back up on the speedway. They'll double file for the restart. Norm Benning will be the first car on the inside line of cars that are a lap down now that Christy Passmore has gone to pit road. Kimmel restarts second. Brent Sherman restarts third. You're on board with Frank Kimmel. Shelby Howard, Chase Montgomery, Randy Van Zandt, and Todd Bowsher, the top 7 right now. Kimmel did a great job of driving, used that lap traffic to pick off Shelby Howard and get to second spot.
Definitely.
And Brent Sherman followed him
right through. Well, you know, that's what happens. You got, like you were saying earlier, what is lap traffic going to do for you? It'll play for you, either for you or against you here, no doubt about it.
Beginning lap 21 at Winchester. Green flag is back in the air. Menard through the gearbox, down into one. Kimmel challenging on the bottom. Sherman's there as well in that 44.
Yeah, Sherman was looking on the outside, coming off a 2.
Menard up high. Frank Kimmel able to go a little bit lower. Let's ride with Kimmel down the front stretch.
Well, you can see coming off the corner, Menard gets a little better bite coming off the corner.
Opens up 2 car lengths. Kimmel right with him through 3 and 4 here at Winchester. Brent Sherman hanging right in there as well in that Serta Mattress Ford. Lee Leslie, the crew chief on that car, guy who's got a lot of experience, knows what to do. Shelby Howard 4th. Chase Montgomery is 5th. 6th to Randy Van Zandt. Todd Bowsher with a good run going in 7th, and Andy Belmont up to 8th.
Good run for Todd Bowsher in the Gordon Food Service Ford right now.
And they needed a good run.
Yes,
They've had a difficult year. It is early. We put 24 laps on the board. 34 cars taking the green here tonight. And you'll be in traffic pretty darn quick. It didn't take.
Oh, you're in traffic like the second lap. Once they drop the green flag, you're back in traffic again.
Lap 3, Menard was lapping cars here tonight. 25 are complete. James Hilton still on the racetrack. That was from Kimmel's windshield as Hilton dropped to the bottom of the racetrack. Top 3 are unchanged. There's Howard. That yellow and purple Dodge, the Mack Trucks machine. He considers this and Salem his home
track. Well, he's from Indiana here, not too far. And you know, and I got to give the kid credit. Blows the motor in practice, changes it, comes back and qualifies on the front row outside. Not a bad job.
Lap traffic at the bottom of the racetrack. 56 car there. Car of Neil McClellan from Hamilton, Ohio. Made the race tonight. Jason Jarrett in the 67 up into 9th. He's closing in on Todd Boucher for 8th. Jarrett with that Gladiator garage work backing on the car. They've gotten by Randy Van Zandt 7. So Jarrett has picked up a spot and caution on the speedway. Trouble on the racetrack up in turn 2. One car has gotten into the wall and done some heavy damage to the back end. I believe that's the 06. Jim Walker from Holtville, Alabama, making, I believe, his first ARCA REMAX Series start. And there is a Winchester stripe and more. And Paul Menard is headed to pit road in the 33 car.
Look at right front
He's
corner.
got heavy right front damage. I'll bet you he was lapping by the 06 and there was contact. Paul Menard, Andy Petrie sends him back on the racetrack. He says, don't stop yet. He went right by their pit stall. I'm not sure he can get around the racetrack. Our pole sitter and leader, young Paul Menard, heavy contact, I'm assuming, with the 06. And they are going to have to do extensive work on that car. In fact, he's pulling in. Now they've changed pit stalls. That's what happened. Their pit stall was at the 4th turn end of the racetrack. For the green, they moved down to the far end. So they are down toward pit out. And the Andy Petrie Racing crew going to work on the right front corner. Let's take a look. We do have a view of it for you. Tough break for Paul Menard. Here it is. Menard lapping by. They're 3 wide.
Well, it looks good
Watch
there.
him down the front straightaway.
He's going to go into turn 1 and 2.
That's Brad Smith to the inside. No trouble there. We're watching Menard down the back straightaway. He's made a lap cleanly at this point. This will hand the lead to Frank Kimmel for the restart. Let's see if we've got it this time. It's Menard in the 33. On the brakes.
Oh, he hit him.
Didn't quite miss the 06.
Didn't miss it. He got into the 06. That's what tore the rear bumper off.
Now, is that lack of Winchester experience?
I don't know if it's that or the spotter. You know, hard to say. Really hard to say.
56 is on pit road. The 25 of Billy Venturini on pit road. Quickly downstairs, Don Radebaugh.
Well, I've been hanging out in the 33 pits as they worked on Paul Menard's race car. They, of course, changed all 4 tires. No adjustments. They were trying to pull the sheet metal away from the right front. They caught the right front pretty good when they hit that lap car. And I've got to believe, chassis-wise, Bill Venturini, that can't be a good thing.
No doubt about it. Yeah, I think he's going to have some damage to the chassis in that right front.
They've managed to keep him on the racetrack and keep him from going a lap down at this point. But he is going to stop once again. Andy Petrie off the pit box to help the team figure out what they need to do.
If I could see, that may just be sheet metal damage. You know, how you can kind of tell is he didn't hit the chassis of that guy. He just hit the bumper and it tore the front fender off. So it may just be sheet metal.
Now the APR crew over the wall trying to straighten things out. Check and see if that front end is straight. We'll find out. We promised you an action-packed night at Winchester Speedway in Indiana. We've had that so far. Race leader Paul Menard, who led the first 28 laps, clipped a lap car. He's given up the lead, been on pit road 3 times. Mike Cook in his first start in car number 6 down the backstretch, preparing for the restart. Fire broke out on the left front corner of that car. Looks like an oil fire.
Yeah, it looks like definitely right there. Look at it burning through the fender well on the left side.
So Mike pulled to the inside, dropped the window, then climbed out. They've dumped a couple of fire bottles under the hood there.
But it's going to take a couple more laps now to get the car out of the way.
So the 6 car is done for the night. Brad Smith in the 26. First car among those a lap down to the inside. There's Paul Menard in the 33. Started from the pole tonight. Led the first 28 laps before clipping that lap car. He has gone a lap down. They've worked extensively on the right front corner of that car. Don Radebaugh, is that car straight and ready to go fast again?
I really don't think so, Rick. You were talking about possibly just some sheet metal damage. Look at the wheel, the right front wheel. This will give you an idea how hard they actually connected up here in turn 2. I think there's chassis damage as well. The new one that went on appeared to be towed out. I've got to believe the handle's gone on that race car. Certainly we're going to find out here very, very soon. I happened to see the wreck because I'm down here in turn 2, and there was some significant contact for sure. Not good.
Yeah, I can tell you, Don, I'm standing up here in the booth, and I can see that right front wheel of the 33 car is definitely towed out.
So Paul Menard ready to
go.
Big
time. Look at that.
Yeah, he's got toe out problems, definitely.
It's towed out about an inch or two.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
So Paul Menard is ready to go, we think, but we don't think the car will be ready to go at racing speed. We'll find out when we continue in Winchester. In Indiana, a reminder, Monday, 2:30 Eastern Time. It's live, the American Speed Association from Minneapolis. 400 laps of action. Join Greg Kramer and the boys, 2:30 Eastern, live Monday. The ASA Series lives here on Speed. Traditional Labor Day date used to be at the Minnesota State Fair, but that track is gone now, so they're running at Elko.
I've never been there.
Great place to go racing. 3/8 of a mile. Very fast little track. Be sure and get your copy of the ARCA 50th Anniversary Edition commemorative coffee table book with pictures of Bill Venturini, among others. Dial now 1-800-546-8788. 1-800-546-8788 for your copy of the ARCA 50th Anniversary Edition book. Great addition to my racing library. Well worth having if you're a fan of the ARCA REMAX series. Still under caution, the 6th car of Mike Cook being taken behind the wall after that fire as we were getting set for a restart. Here's what's coming up for the ARCA REMAX series in the weeks ahead. Didn't get to mention this at the top, the week ahead.
The week ahead.
Didn't get to mention this at the top of the broadcast, but 3 races in 8 days. Tonight, Monday on the Dirt Mile at DuQuoin, and next week, Saturday at Chicagoland. You're going to be a busy boy the next few days.
Oh my gosh, you know, and then we're off a whole 7 days, and we go to Salem.
We'll be back live on Speed in 2 weeks on Saturday night the 13th from Salem Speedway in Indiana, just up the road from Louisville, Kentucky. The 27th at Talladega Superspeedway. That's a Saturday show. And then on Thursday, the 9th of October, to close the season at Lowe's Motor Speedway in Concord, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, I want you to look at this schedule. It says 9:13 Salem, then 9:27 Talladega. That's 14 days. Throw that out the window. We have to be at Talladega on Wednesday, so it's 10 days.
Well, you know, 10 days. That's
10 days
plenty of time,
after you've raced 3 races in 8
Sure.
days.
But don't tell me you're going to take the same car to Talladega that you will run at Salem and DuQuoin. I know you're not going to.
I'm not running there. We aren't. I should say I'm not. The Venturini Motorsports team is not even running the same car at DuQuoin Monday that they're running here tonight.
I wouldn't think so.
And
You have your special dirt track weapon ready.
Yeah, we are. The weapon, yeah. They have. And we're not the only one. Most of the teams are bringing a different car to DuQuoin and a different car to Chicago. We made this trip from Charlotte up to the Midwest. We're not even heading back to Charlotte and a lot. You know, everyone down by us in the Charlotte area isn't going home. They're all staying up here.
Oh, sure. Doesn't make any sense
And
to
you
if you're
bring
in Illinois, basically.
You bring 3 cars.
Yeah. And the haulers parked outside the racetrack here at Winchester, packed full of equipment for this very tough 8-day stretch of racing. Very entertaining for those of us who are fans, though. Not so much fun for the crews.
Yeah,
but
very
a lot of fun
very
for us.
exciting for the fans and you know, anyone that travels or watches the ARCA series. This is probably the most exciting week of racing for them.
Sure.
For the pit crews, this is the most grueling, the most, you know, you get the least amount of sleep. And believe me, after this weekend, there's going to be some really frayed tempers and hurt egos because everyone's going to be on edge.
Should be an interesting couple of days straight ahead. We started, though, tonight at Winchester. Glad to have you with us. Lap number 38 on the board. Ready to go back to green. Kimmel is your restart leader. Brent Sherman, Shelby Howard, Chase Montgomery, the top 4. And we're back underway. Sherman under heavy pressure. That's Howard in the 64, the yellow and purple car. Montgomery in that silver 27 moves into line as well. Shelby Howard takes a look inside Sherman. This is for second spot.
Yeah, right now Sherman's got the preferred line though, so Shelby Howard's probably going to have to ride for a couple laps, you know, just till he gets comfortable there.
On board with Chase Montgomery. He's up to 4th in the 27. Paul Menard back in 26th position, a lap down. And as we showed you, the right front corner of that car probably damaged a little too severely to allow Paul Menard to get up and contend for the victory here tonight. There's Montgomery.
He runs good here at this racetrack too.
And Andy Belmont up to 5th in the Verizon Ford, the number 1. Good night for Belmont
Well, you
so
know,
far.
Andy has run good at Winchester and Salem last year. Was like, I felt, one of the cars to beat at this high bank, fast high banks. And then he kind of seemed to struggle a little in the middle of the season this year. But all of a sudden, he's got his program back. So, you know, good job, Andy Belmont.
He started 14th. He's the big mover so far. Andy Belmont has gained 9 positions here in the first 43 laps tonight. Here's Montgomery still in 4th, and here's Belmont. See that little mark alongside the number 1 on the side panels? That's a 3-0. That's in honor of one of Andy's late friends, the late great Craig McAfee. It was a dirt track modified
that,
star.
didn't you?
And the East Coast saw Craig run many races over the years. 56 car goes behind the wall. First timer Neil McClellan from Hamilton, Ohio. Belmont on the charge. 14th on the grid. 5th is where he sits at the moment. He's about half a second behind Chase Montgomery. Further back to 67. Jason Jarrett running 7th. That's Todd Boucher right in front of him. Jack Boucher's 21, the GFS Foods car.
Running 6. Good run for Todd Boucher tonight.
8th spot to Randy Van Zandt. Mark Gibson is 9th. 10th belongs to the 70, Andy Ponstein from Hudsonville, Michigan. Where ARCA RE/MAX Series start tonight. There's Gibby in the 59, the Williams Brothers lumber car in front of Van Zandt. Van Zandt qualified well. He started 6th. He's been backsliding since the drop of the green. 47 laps complete. Now we've got a couple of cautions early. A few teams have come to pit road. None of the cars you think of as contenders have stopped yet. What are you thinking of as a pit window? 75, 80 laps?
Oh, anywhere from 80 to 125. You know, right in there if you're going to pit. Depends on what your car's doing, where your track position is.
Kimmel in the 46, still out in front. 2nd spot to Sherman. Sherman just a car length back, Don Radebaugh.
Down to the pit, the 33 car of Paul Menard. That's Andy Petrie, the main man here, car owner here, and crew chief going to work on the 33 car on the right front. This is obviously an extensive stop on pit road. They were 1 lap down. Now they are several laps down. They definitely won't go to victory lane tonight, but Paul's still in the seat, and Andy Petrie still wrenching on the race car.
It's all about getting Paul Menard's seat time, isn't it?
Yeah, they're not here. They're not points racing. They're not worried about. Granted, they wanted to win. They know that's out the window. Now it's let's fix the car. Let's get the crew some time fixing the car, and let's get him back on the racetrack, get him seat time, like you said.
For the lead, Kimmel in the 46 out in front. Sherman just about 2.5 car lengths back. Good run for young Brent Sherman tonight out of Illinois. 3rd spot to Shelby Howard. 4th is Chase Montgomery, and Andy Belmont rides 5th. Past the 50-lap mark. We're at Winchester Speedway. We'll be back after this.
Man, Andy, Ron Cox, just as we come back, the 17 car of
hello.
A.J. Hendrickson spins in the middle of 1 and 2. Ron Cox T-bones him. I mean, it was really bad.
Trouble in turn 2 indeed. Here's another look at it down into the corner. We saw the 17 of A.J. Hendrickson go around.
Yeah, got into Mike Buckley, comes around.
Plenty of time here. But not enough room.
There wasn't enough room for Ron Cox. There was somebody alongside of him. He just couldn't move up quick enough to miss him.
Here's another look at it from a different angle, and Cox, much like the Paul Menard situation.
Yeah, I don't know if he got him in the driver's side door or not. It's hard to tell.
Working with Ron Cox, window net down. He's got the helmet off. The teacher from Saudi Daisy, Tennessee, the Peterson Fluid System Chevrolet. He's okay. But that race car, Wayne Hickson's car, is going to need some time in the shop. If they're planning to run that car at DuQuoin Monday, they won't be able to.
He looks a little upset, but you know, I don't think he should be mad at Ron. I think he's actually going to check to see how AJ is, because that was not AJ's fault. He just wants to see if he's okay. See?
He looped it there in turn 2.
Yeah.
As the two have a conversation with his track safety officials there.
You know, Ron Cox, he's one of the nicest guys. He's a school teacher. Did you know? Yeah, school teacher. And he look. The officials thought he was mad. He was going to go fight with him. He just wanted to go see how he was, because he hit him so hard.
So Ron Cox is okayed out of the race car. Don Radebaugh standing over there as well. A.J. Hendrickson is there too. Brent Sherman continues to run in 2nd spot as we are under caution yet again. Sherman is a driver who expects a lot from himself. We talked to him about the season earlier.
When Brent Sherman isn't having bad luck, he's having pretty good luck. A couple of runner-up finishes this year at Kansas and Berlin. Brent, if you would sort of evaluate your season so far, how do you rate it?
We had high hopes. We thought that we were going to be pretty good. We ran partial season last year, and we switched over to Ford this year, and we thought we had some pretty decent equipment and thought we could run up front with Frank and some of the other guys, and it turned out pretty quickly that we were going to be there in the top 5. Unfortunately, the last couple races we've had some trouble, but we're going to press on. I think we're going to be solid in the top 5 the rest of the year.
You're fairly new to the tour. Where do you come from? What is your racing background?
I've actually done a little bit of everything. I started fairly late. I've only been racing about 5 years, so I wanted to try to move on in my career as quickly as possible. I've done some open wheel racing. I've done some road racing. I've done some sports car racing. A little bit of everything, but this is my first full year running for a championship, and it's really great. It's 22 races. You know, in the past I've only done 10 or so races a year, but I've really enjoyed myself this year, and I've really learned a lot in this series.
Now that we've covered that, where do you want to go? Is this a good stepping stone series to where you want to go, or are you content here?
This is I am content here, but I'm going to be using it as a stepping stone. We'd like to keep the Sherman Racing team in the series, and I would like to try to move on maybe into the trucks or the Busch series, and you know, someday Winston Cup possibly. You know, I'm just looking to try to make a career in auto racing, and it's very difficult to do, but I think using this series as a stepping stone to get there is a great way to do it. A lot of diversity in the tracks, and there's, you know, good competition, and I've had a really good time in this series.
Speaking of Brent Sherman, he's from Wakanda, Illinois. That's where he lives right now. That's where my wife's family's from. So
Really?
he lives right by my family. Is AJ all right? Has anyone heard?
I think Don Radebaugh's caught up with him, Don.
Indeed, I have. AJ, good to see you out of the car. It looked like you took a heck of a shot in the driver's side. You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. We didn't qualify that great. We got stuck in the back. We had a long run setup in it, and we started going to the front and just got caught up with some slower cars, and I turned it around, got a little impatient, stood in the gas pedal, and got T-boned.
Indeed you did, but you're okay. The car, I assume you're out for the night?
Yeah, I'm all right. The car's pretty much tore up. We're done.
Okay, that's A.J. Hendrickson. By the way, the 33 car, Paul Menard, has made his way back out onto the racetrack.
Good to hear from A.J. Hendrickson that he is fine. Ron Cox is okay, too. And Paul Menard should be set for the restart. We'll squeeze in another timeout. Be right back in Winchester. Weekend here on Speed. Tomorrow it's the AMA Superbike second day of the Nationals at Virginia International Raceway, 3 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. Join us for the live coverage here on Speed. With Bill Venturini, I'm Rick Benjamin. Don Radebaugh's on pit road for us, back under caution after an altercation in turn 2 between A.J. Hendrickson and Ron Cox. Everybody's okay. We're set for a restart. Getting ready to go, and Frank Kimmel, who started 4th, patiently worked his way to the front after Paul Menard had problems. Brent Sherman has stuck right with him in 2nd. Shelby Howard right there in 3rd.
Yeah, the number 83, David Clay, the Select Construction Ford. We thought he blew a motor because we saw a bunch of smoke come down pit road. Yeah. He's back out there.
Perhaps just a line
came off. Yeah,
it
could have been a line that came loose with somebody. He is back out there. He is, what, 3 laps down, but he's back out racing.
Jason Jarrett on pit road in the ML Motorsports 67 car, the Gladiator machine. Don Radebaugh, what's their problem?
Well, Jason's been complaining he's got a really loose race car, so they're making some wedge adjustments. That's actually their 2nd time on pit road. They were here just a couple of laps ago under caution when they changed all 4 tires, but he's just saying the car is very, very loose. They're making wedge adjustments, air pressure adjustments, and they put 4 fresh skins on it, hoping to make him real better for the later run here tonight.
That was actually his 3rd time down pit road under this caution, because both him and Billy Venturini came in, made some changes, put on some new tires, and now they're back out there.
And it looks like Jason has been victimized a little by the close quarters racing that you have here in Winchester. There was some 200-mile-an-hour tape on the left front corner of that car, so he'd evidently have a little metal-to-metal contact here at some point tonight.
At Winchester?
Hard to believe.
Yeah, hard
I
to
know.
believe. Yeah, hard to believe.
All those scuff marks on the outside retaining wall are not there by accident. Well, they are there by accident. They're not there for lack of trying, I guess would be the way to put it. Lead lap cars will restart up high. 68 complete. 132 to go tonight. Live short track Saturday night action on Speed. Great to have you with us. There's Randy Van Zandt. Mike Buckley in the 28 has a top 10 going. He'll restart 9th right in front of the 66 car. That's the number that Mark Thompson used for so many years. Mike Langston driving that car tonight.
Right now, there's only 14 cars in the lead lap.
It's been very, very fast up front. A lot of action all over the track. Safety cars in. Green is back in the air to put lap 69 on the board. Kimmel leads him to the stripe, and we're back underway.
Oh, did he get a good jump on that restart?
Brent Sherman with his hands full. Shelby Howard right behind him in second spot. Case Montgomery there in the black and silver. Alice Cooper Montgomery 27. He's fourth. Andy Belmont, the Verizon 1, is fifth. Here comes Howard trying to turn to the bottom. Takes second away from Sherman.
He has to sneak back in behind him going into 1.
If you're going to pass on the bottom here, you better be darn sure you've got enough car to get by.
Yeah, and you better make sure that you're like you said, enough car, and you got to make sure you've got the position when you go to do it.
Otherwise, you're going to wreck 2 or 3 cars.
Yep.
Battling for second, Sherman and the Serta Mattress Ford. The Mack Trucks Dodge of Shelby Howard, age 18. Right there in third.
18 years old. The kid is a seasoned veteran already at 18.
Winning features here 4 years ago at 14. Hard to imagine. I didn't like to let my son mow the lawn at 14.
At 14, Billy Venturini was spotting for Dad.
Yeah. Down into turn 3. Race pace more than 104 miles an hour for the lead lap cars, so pretty quick around here. They qualified at about 108, so there's not much drop off. Kimmel by about 6 car lengths over Sherman in the 44, and this is for second. Speed strip up top shows you where your favorite driver's running. Paul Menard back on pit road right at the moment after sitting on the pole here tonight in the 33. Riding with Kimmel. Well, I think you called it, Bill Venturini. You said that's a view we'll see a lot tonight.
Didn't I say that when we started the race? I said, okay, get used to this view. I don't care where we start. Get used to this view because that's what you're going to see tonight.
Jim Walker in the 06 from Holtville, Alabama. He's got severe track bar, truck arm problems. The rear end wandering under the Wayne Peterson Chevrolet. He was involved in that incident with Paul Menard.
Right.
Early in the going, lap 28. Kimmel all alone. Car lengths the lead for Kimmel as he patiently worked his way to the front. Now, the last time we saw the ARCA REMAX Series at Nashville Superspeedway, Kimmel was waxing the field, apparently on his way to an easy win. They broke a gearbox on pit road, so a lot can happen.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's actually not only his first DNF, that's his first time not in the top 5. Now you know why he's leading the points by 500 points or whatever it is. Now you know.
Jason Jarrett 14th in the 67. Bobby Gerhart in the 5. The 70 of Ponstein is 13th. Jason Jarrett almost 12 seconds back. They've been chasing the handling in that car. Watching some of your favorites go by. Front straightaway. Gerhart that white number 5. He's won the Daytona ARCA REMAX event, the 200-miler, a couple of different times.
Jason Jarrett's definitely struggling because Bobby Gerhart's a lap down and Jason's the last car in the lead lap. And he still can't. I think he's got a nose on him now coming off of the corner. As I say that, Gerhart pulls him down the front straightaway.
Gerhart's had the 5 car to pit road a couple of times for adjustments as well. Core Mechanical, major boost for the Gerhart Racing team. Sponsor, they're looking ahead to next year.
Yeah, they're doing a couple races this year, but next year it looks like he's going to run at least 12 or 13, I heard, ARCA races, and then he's going to run some Busch races and maybe some truck races.
Got a quick glimpse there, the battle for 5th position. Todd Boucher getting going in the 21. Belmont is 5th in the 1, but Todd Boucher was right with him a moment ago. Watching the 67. There's that battle. There's the Verizon Ford of Andy Belmont. Todd Boucher right there in the black and white, number 21. Lapping by some slower traffic. Belmont from 14th to 5th here in the first 82 laps tonight, but he's gotten stuck in 5th spot. He's dropped anchor.
Well, that's not a bad spot to drop anchor. Let me tell you, running 5th right now at this point of the race. Well, we're only 82 laps into the race. We've still got 118 laps to go. I'd be happy running 5th right now, too.
Andy is 11th in points. He's made all 15 starts, but only 4 top 5s so far in the season and 6 top 10s. Belmont uncharacteristically not in the top 10 of the season standings. Todd Bowser, 6th position right there, closing in again. He said, we talked about how they needed a good run. He's 8th in points with only 2 top 10s, but he's had more consistency than Belmont. Mark Gibson in the 59 in 7th position. So 5th, 6th, and 7th, very close on the racetrack. There you see the damaged Andy Petrie 33 of Paul Menard. With the Turtle Wax backing up in front of this group of cars. Belmont swings to the bottom. They clear the 38. The slower cars.
We've got some traffic jam coming up here right now.
You have to make your commitment here pretty early because in a lot of places this is really a one-groove racetrack. And if you guess wrong lapping cars, you've really got a problem. Menard gets by. The 38 started deep in the field. John Sadinsky from Ohio lined up 22nd. Riding with Chase Montgomery, who is 4th, 3.5 seconds behind the race leader, Frank Kimmel. The RE/MAX Series being brought to you by Gladiator Garage Works, a division of Whirlpool. Gladiator Garage Works, it's time to rethink the garage. With Bill Venturini, I'm Rick Benjamin. Don Radebaugh on pit road, welcoming you live to Winchester Speedway in Winchester, Indiana. Tonight, the Winchester ARCA RE/MAX 200. We're 5 laps short of halfway. Defending series champion, current points leader Frank Kimmel started 4th tonight. He has raced his way to the lead, but he's got his hands full. Young Brent Sherman just 3 car lengths back in 2nd in that Serta car, the 44. 1 car puffing smoke up ahead of Kimmel. And right behind those 2, Shelby Howard, age 18, in that Mack Truck 64. That Dodge sitting there very well in contention.
Yeah, right now it seems like everybody's just kind of sitting pace. We got a little over 100 laps to go yet. So I think it's playing out in everybody's hand right now. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
It's the car of Chuck Weber emitting a little bit of smoke at the bottom of the racetrack, the 24 out of Mesquite, Texas. The Cardinal Tool Chevrolet. 4th spot belongs to Chase Montgomery, but he's about 3 seconds back, and here comes Sherman. Trying to take a run at the points leader. Sherman in the 44 may have a little faster race car right now.
Yeah, it sure does look like it, Sherman, and we'll see how they play with traffic right now.
One of the teams in the series that's been able to muster the kind of backing that Kimmel has had for a number of years. Serta and Hickory Farms, the major sponsors of that number 44. And you've got to admire the job Shelby Howard's doing. Let's go a little further back. Todd Bowser is 6th of the 21 behind Belmont. And Billy Venturini challenging Mark Gibson for 7th. From the back of the pack, he spins in turn 2. Bill Venturini, your night doesn't get any easier. Caution on the speedway. Billy had a great run going. We were talking about how he had come from 34th after having dropped to the back for the start. He'd gotten into the top 10, was challenging for 7th, and he loses.
Yeah, and he just went a lap down. So
I'm proud of you. You didn't throw your headset or anything.
No. I mean, he was driving his heart out. Came all the way from last, all the way up to 7th.
We were watching him, hoping to show him to you. Here it is, down into 1, trying to get by Mark Gibson. What happened?
Oh, he just got loose getting in.
On the gas too quick?
Yeah, and well, I don't know, and he didn't hit nothing, so that was good. But then the car stalled here, and he couldn't get it started, so he ends up, you see, just got loose getting in.
That is a Winchester racing deal. We've seen a lot of those over the years. Locks the brakes, doesn't hit anything, but now we'll have to start all over again.
Yeah, he was quick. I got to say that. He was definitely going to the front.
And that is a car, remember, that during practice got into the wall pretty hard. You had to do a lot of things. You had to fix the whole right side of the car, basically, to qualify.
Oh, yeah, we had to put a trailing arm, ball joint, upper control arm. It was busy.
And then after that, brake troubles, you had to change brake rotors.
Yeah, well, we didn't realize we broke the brake rotor when he got into the wall. And then when he went to qualify, the brake rotor was broken. And then when he hit the pedal and the pedal went to the floor, it extended the piston in the master cylinder, so we had to change the master cylinder. So it was pretty busy. Hectic 2 hours.
All right, we're just past halfway, and the leaders are headed to pit road. Caution flag pit stops. Don Radebaugh, Frank Kimmel brings the 46 down to a stop. Sherman, Howard, Chase Montgomery, all the top 6 or 8 cars headed to pit road.
We'll check in with Frank Kimmel first up, the 46 car on pit road. This is a routine stop under caution. They'll change all 4 Hoosier tires. Frank says the car is still a little loose. They hope to cure that problem with just air pressure. Right side tire is already on the Advanced Auto Parts Port Ford, going to work on the left side. Frank Kimmel has led now over 7,000 laps in ARCA RE/MAX Series competition. He's going to add to that total here tonight. Right side on, left side on. Frank Kimmel down and away. Check out the drag race off pit road. Wow.
Todd Bowser's crew got the 21 car away first. Sherman's going to try to beat Kimmel off pit road. We'll see how they line him up to put him back up on the racetrack. Well, the green paddle's out. Shelby Howard right alongside the 46. So a big scramble getting off pit road. Todd Bowser may be your restart leader. We'll have to see where they line up when we come back at Winchester. Back live at Winchester Speedway. On speed, the ARCA REMAX Series is live tonight. The Winchester ARCA REMAX 200. 16th race of the 22 races that make up the ARCA REMAX Series Championship here in 2003. And with two-time title holder Bill Venturini, I'm Rick Benjamin. Don Radebau's on pit road. Still under caution. And many of the leaders coming to pit road. Here's how it looked as they tried to get back up on the racetrack.
Well, where's the pit line? I think pit line is actually at the end of pit road here. So who belongs where? I don't think Shelby Howard belongs in front of Kimmel. I think it's Bowser, Sherman, Kimmel, and Howard is the way I would line them up. Now, what's ARCA going to do?
Don Radebaugh, what's the word down there? How are they going to line these cars up for the restart?
Well, the 21 car only changed 2 tires, which is certainly why they beat out possibly the 46, 44, and the 64. Talked to Jack Bowser, car owner. He says the car is perfect, working well, just changed 2 outside tires. The 64 car changed 4 tires as well. They made an air pressure adjustment. That's Shelby Howard. And the 44 car, we've been talking about him all night. Brent Sherman changed 4 tires. Other than that, the car is perfect. That's the kind of report you're looking for, right, Bill Venturini?
Yeah, you like it when the driver says, the car's perfect, don't worry about it.
95 to go. Green's in the air. Restart leaders Jason Jarrett. Todd Bowser's second. Brett Sherman is third. Fourth is Shelby Howard. Kimmel's got to start fifth in the 46. And here comes Sherman in the 44. He wants second back from Bowser. Gets it going into 3. Now Jason Jarrett had just stopped a couple of times. Can he stay out front?
Depends on what they did to the car. I don't think so. It looks like Brent Sherman's coming out underneath him, right?
Whoa, Sherman slide jobs the 67 and grabs the point. Howard's a second. The 67 backing up quickly. Todd Bowser's stuck back there. Kimmel to third. Jason Jarrett fighting a race car that just is not handling the way he wants it to. Todd Bowser right behind him on the restart. Couldn't get by in the 21. Despite the 2-tire change. 5 different drivers have been out in front tonight. This is for 4th. Sherman has about a 5-car length advantage on Shelby Howard. Kimmel right there in 3rd.
Mike Langston's doing a good job right now. Oh,
the 66 of Langston, big move from 6th going for 4th. He's got it.
Looks like as they come off of 2 that Jason Jarrett's car just pushes so bad he's got to get off the throttle, and it's causing a lot of problems with everyone backing up.
Langston out of nowhere in that 66 car has rocketed to 4th spot. Andy Belmont, Chase Montgomery, Mark Gibson all there, all trying to get by. They get by the 67. Out in front, Shelby Howard hanging on to second. Kimmel right with him. Leader is Brent Sherman, who took off on that restart and got to the front quickly. He's built a 1-second lead over Howard. Ride with Kimmel down into turn 3. Lap traffic really a factor now with 87 to go.
Kimmel's looking underneath Shelby Howard right now as they go down the back straightaway.
Into 3 for second spot.
Shelby's got the preferred line in 3 and 4 though, coming off the corner. Yep, see it?
Howard able to close the door again on Kimmel. Now Frank able to go to the bottom of the 46. Lap traffic forcing Kimmel to get out of the gas.
Well, you know what I've noticed is that these 2 guys are racing each other. They're closing up on Brent Sherman a little.
3/4 of a second now the lead, and that's impressive. Here's Kimmel. Door to door with Howard for second. Has the spot going into 3. Can he slide up and close the gate on Howard? He does.
Got him. He's got the position now.
Well, Shelby Howard, I think, brought all of his fans here tonight. They almost sold out the grandstand. The Shelby Howard t-shirts dominate here at Winchester.
I heard something like 500 people came from Shelby Howard.
I'm wondering if Howard's got a problem. He has slowed markedly. Kimmel by him and has set sail now. Howard Howard still third, but there's a huge gap developing there. I wonder if he's got a tire going down.
Yeah, I don't think so. I just think Kimmel's definitely much faster because he's closing on Sherman, Brent Sherman, really quick right now.
Shelby Howard in the Mack Dodge drops to third, and he has been unable to hang with Kimmel. A lap by Norm Benning a moment ago in the 84. Shelby slowing down. He's a second and a half now behind Kimmel. They ran side by side for quite a while. Up front, meantime, Kimmel is all over Brent Sherman for the lead. Leaders are in 2.
Just when I say Kimmel's closing up on Sherman, Sherman starts to open it up just a little.
Well, he closed quickly on him. Remember that Sherman had about a 12-car length advantage when Howard and Kimmel were fighting for second. And now Kimmel's right there as they exit turn 2. 80 to go at Winchester, lapping by Paul Menard and Andy Petrie Chevrolet. Remax running order, top of the screen. See where your favorite driver is located. Leaders by the 26 of Brad Smith from Michigan. Kimmel took 4 tires. Sherman took 4 tires. Bill Kimmel, Lee Leslie, the 2 crew chiefs, they've got to be telling their drivers, this is it, guys. You got to go to the finish now.
Got to go now.
Kimmel to the inside in 1. I will say this for Kimmel. He's got about the only car I've been able to see turn to the inside in 1 or 3 and make a pass.
Right, and come off from the high lane, go to the bottom. But that's been Kimmel's style all year long. He's been able to do that.
Lapping by the 83, the car that we thought was headed behind the wall earlier with a blown motor. Obviously, they hooked the hose back up. It was putting out a lot of white smoke. They got him back on the racetrack. David Clay from Carlisle, Ohio in that Ford qualified well. Brent Sherman with his mirrors full of Frank Kimmel. Kimmel up to the high side down the front straightaway. Heavy traffic. Mike Buckley in the 28 is directly ahead. He's 13th and on the lead lap. Sherman says, hey, I'm going to the bottom to get by. Billy Venturini there in the 25 after that spin. He was on his way to the top 5 before spinning, trying now to stay on the lead lap, but slower traffic's in the way. Sherman stays out in front. Here's your view from Kimmel's chair. .125 of 200 laps complete tonight at Winchester. And now Sherman puts a couple of lap cars between he and the 46 of Kimmel.
Man, they're threading the needle. They're threading the needle right now.
Sherman needs to go through the middle there. And now it's an opening. 38 car slows down, lets the leaders go. Andy Ponstein there in the 70. Qualified very well, but has not been able to hang with the leaders after the first 20 laps. He's 12th, first car not on the lead lap. Kimmel rides second. Your leader is young Brent Sherman bidding for his first career win. We'll be back. 65 laps to go at Winchester Speedway. Battle for the lead. Brent Sherman out in front of the 44. Kimmel right behind him in the 46. Tomorrow, AMA bike action. Oh, and the leader spins. AMA Supersport Racing in Virginia tomorrow. Join us for that. Brent Sherman spins and gets tagged over in turn 2. Heavy pressure from Frank Kimmel. Sherman ran out of racetrack, and Jason Hedleski pops him one in the 90 car. I don't think it was a hard hit at all, but Sherman can't get the car restarted.
Oh, yeah, he's just waiting for traffic.
Rolls the car to the bottom, but now I think he's high-sided it on the change in banking there, and Lee Leslie drops the pen in the clipboard and shakes his head. Sherman with heavy damage to the 44. Thought he just spun, but Hedleski got into him. Take another look. Sherman in the black car, 44, leading in the corner, trying to go around some lap traffic.
Yep. Got touched a little. I don't think his car's damaged much at all. Whoa. I got to tell you, the 67 car of Jason Jarrett just missed him. Watch this. Watch as he spins back. Oh, that's... Oh, who was that? Yeah, that was Jason Jarrett.
I don't think it was Jason Jarrett. Take another look. Mike Buckley and Justin Allgaier are there.
Oh, I don't know who it was.
Don Rainaball, what's the story?
Well, not a very good story from the Brent Sherman pit. There is plenty of damage, not only to the nose of this Serta mattress Ford, but to the left rear of the car as well. They had a hard time jacking up the left side. They now have the left side jacked up, putting on Hoosier tires to the left side. And, of course, now they're beating and banging on this $60,000 race machine in an effort to keep him on the lead lap. They're trying to get him back out, but now he's just stalled the race car. So it's gone from bad to worse here in the Sherman pit. Lee Leslie still shaking his head and now in danger of going a lap down. This is a heartbreaker. You know, this is the first time Brent Sherman has ever, as well as he has run, he finished second at Kansas, second at Berlin. This is the first time he's ever led green flag laps under green flag competition. So they are extremely disappointed down here. Still pulling on fenders, pulling on quarter panels, trying to get him back out. The car is refired. Brent Sherman's away.
One lap down, though, to the leaders, and a car that's obviously not square. You can tell the way the car rolls away. Here's a look from Frank Kimmel's view down into the corner. He's behind the leader, Sherman.
Oh, and he definitely got into a lapped car right there and then spun.
Mike Buckley and Randy Van Zandt, the 7, were racing for position, and Buckley got a little out of shape and just forced Sherman up to the wall, and that caused the leader to be taken out for the second time tonight here at Winchester Speedway. We'll be back. Tonight here on Speed, the USAC Silver Crown Stars at the Mile Nazareth Speedway in Pennsylvania tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern. I'll have all the coverage for you. Davey Hamilton joining me for that one. I hope you'll stick around at 10 o'clock for the USAC Silver Crown Stars. Frank Kimmel will be the restart leader after that incident up in turn 1, taking out Brent Sherman. Young gun going for his first career ARCA REMAX win. Don Radebaugh with a great factoid for us. First green flag laps led by Brent Sherman. Unfortunately, he will not be in contention. They are one lap down at the moment. How about Mike Langston in car number 66? He'll restart third, age 39. Just his 5th career ARCA REMAX Series start, Bill Venturini. And he started racing just 4 years ago.
5th ARCA REMAX Series start, and where's he running?
Third.
Running third right now.
Now that's Mark Thompson's number. We're hearing that he might have bought Mark's operation.
He may have, because you know it is a Ford, and we did see the hauler out here. So let's see what Don has to say down on pit road.
Well, actually, it is indeed Mark Thompson's number, 66. It's the number he always wore here in ARCA REMAX competition. But Mike Langston bought out Mark Thompson's entire team, so that is Mark Thompson equipment. And he hopes to have sponsorship to run the full year in 2004. Here we go.
Langston restarts third behind Shelby Howard. Frank Kimmel is the restart leader. 59 to go in Winchester. We're back underway. Andy Ponstein in that 70 up high. He is 11th. First car not on the lead lap. Chase Montgomery 4th. Mark Gibson 5th. There's Gibson in the 59. Andy Belmont back up to 6th in the 1 car. Todd Bowsher in the 21 up in 7th spot. Jason Jarrett just elbows his way by to get 7th.
Todd Bowsher just bounced off the wall in 3 and 4 in the last lap.
Now you've got, with all the lap traffic mixed in, you've got a lot of cars with different capabilities at this point in the race.
Yeah, you got some cars a lap down, some 2 laps down, some on the lead lap, all running up front right now.
0.3 of a second. Kimmel's lead over Shelby Howard. This is for 5th. Gibson in that green 59 has 1 win this year in Atlanta back in the spring. We talk about Andy Belmont, just like Brent Sherman, still looking for his first career ARCA REMAX Series victory.
Yeah, you know, that's hard to believe, especially, you know, Andy's been racing for so long. I thought for sure Andy would have won by now, but and I'm not going to take that away from him. He's a good competitor, but you just don't think of that.
Out of turn 4, battling for position. Belmont able to go a little lower on the racetrack now, and that might be enough to get him by the 59. Meantime, Billy Venturini in the 25, back up to 14th, but 2 laps down.
He's running as fast as the first 4 cars right now, but he's 2 laps down. So, you know, that's what happened when he spun. He got caught a lap down, and then after that, they restarted, and he got caught real quick again.
And Jason Jarrett in the 67 is 7th. Caution is about to wave for Justin Allgaier, who spun around the front straightaway in the 86. Allgaier, who had a very good finish earlier this year, he has gotten into the wall a ton coming off of turn 4. Hoosier Tire Midwest Chevrolet. A little bit of exhaust fire there, a little raw fuel dumping on the headers.
He's hurt that car, let me tell you. The whole right side's flat-sided, right rear is flat.
Gets it refired, but he will have to definitely come to pit road. 17 years old. Very, very quick. Another young gun to watch here in the ARCA REMAX Series. Out of turn 4. Keep your eye peeled for that red race car.
He just lost it himself.
Sure did. Backed it into the wall on the front stretch and will limp around to the attention of his crew. Wow. Tire's making enough noise you can hear it all the way up here.
Oh yeah, it'll tear that quarter panel off the car along with the window and everything.
51 laps to go, and we're back under caution. Kimmel will be the restart leader. Shelby Howard, second spot. Third belongs to Langston in the 66. Chase Montgomery, Mark Gibson, Andy Belmont, the top 6. And we will see Allgaier, no doubt, bring that 86 car down to the road.
I would hope so. And if you look, he is throwing debris all around this racetrack as that tire peels off the right rear.
It's been a wild night here in Winchester, which is exactly what we expect when we come to this venerable racetrack where they've been running for more than 50 seasons. Of course, the USAC sprint cars and midgets always come here a couple of times each year and put on a terrific show. The American Speed Association has run here many times over the years. And the ARCA REMAX Series, one of the places ARCA calls home is Winchester.
Well, you said this was exciting, fast and exciting. And
it has been all of that and more.
Definitely.
Shelby Howard fighting a loose race car, but he gets to restart second behind Kimmel when we continue tonight. Got an opinion on motorsports? Who doesn't? Be sure and watch Dave Despain with Wind Tunnel, 9 o'clock Eastern, Monday through Thursday, 4 nights a week. And you can call in 1-866-W-TUNNEL. Vent to Dave, only here on Speed. Riding with Chase Montgomery in the 27. He'll line up fourth for the restart. Andy Belmont's Verizon Ford. Quite a story. Andy and his team have decided to donate their winnings tonight here at Winchester to the family of Shannon Michon, who's a 4th grade classmate of Andy's son Kyle at Our Lady of Grace School in Pendle, Pennsylvania. She's got a condition called brain AVM. She's been hospitalized since July 4th in Philadelphia. It's a condition that results in stroke or aneurysm, and we're told it is inoperable for young Shannon Michon. So Andy and his team donating tonight's purse to help fund her care. And if you take a look at the hood and also at the rear bumper of the one car, you'll see Race for Shannon. The team has also placed their simulator car up in Philadelphia, and anyone who gets the opportunity to take a ride in the simulator, if they donate $1, they get the ride. All the money goes to Shannon's care fund, and they're also conducting a little bit of a prize giveaway. The winner will get an opportunity to ride in the ARCA REMAX Series pace car at Talladega in a couple of weeks in September.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Andy Belmont and his team doing some great things there for young Shannon Michon, and we wish Shannon and her family all the best as she battles a very difficult situation up in the hospital in Pittsburgh, in Philadelphia, I should say. So Andy Belmont racing with a lot on his mind here tonight, running in 6th position right now. Billy Venturini will be the first of the cars a lap down. We're going to give our Pit of the Race award from Gladiator tonight to Team Bauscher, to Jack Bauscher and his crew. They got Todd off pit road first in the GFS Marketplace 21 a little while ago with a 2-tire change. Gave him, at least momentarily, a shot at being the leader here in Winchester.
Well, my hat's off to the Bauschers. They're still running 8th right now and here at Winchester, so pretty good.
Tough racetrack to do the job on, and Frank Kimmel and his team looking very, very strong. Shelby Howard in the 64 restarts second. Remember, they battled for second spot a little while ago on a restart. Shelby says the car's very loose, and he doesn't think he's able to keep up with the 46. We'll see what happens. 46 laps to go tonight at Winchester. We're back underway. Kimmel, your leader. Billy Venturini slides around the 64 of Howard. That is not for position. Billy back at 13th spot, 2 laps down. And here comes Shelby right back at the 25. Third spot to the 66 of Mark Langston. Riding with Chase Montgomery, who's 6'4". Langston underneath the 25. I'll tell you, for a driver at age 39, Langston out of Georgia, this is just his 5th year of racing. Started in mini stocks, ran Southern All-Stars late models. Made 1 ARCA REMAX start here at Winchester 2 years ago. He's made 3 so far this season. This is his 5th career try. And he is right behind Shelby Howard.
Well, you know, Shelby Howard was complaining earlier his car was loose, but it isn't showing it right now, I got to tell you. You know, it looks like he's hooked up pretty good.
Montgomery at 4th. first 2 years of Mike Langston's career spent in mini stock. So it's only been really 3 years that he's driven full-size race cars, if you will. And here he is challenging for second inside Shelby Howard.
Oh, do a slide job.
Good. And he gets the spot.
Got the spot.
Mike Langston from Marietta, Georgia, powers to second in that 66. Chase Montgomery now trying to move to third on Shelby Howard. Langston qualified 10th, so he's had a very good day here at Winchester Speedway. Trouble out of turn 4. Caution is in the air. As Montgomery has to get out of the gas, the yellow lights come back on. One car up in the wall. I believe it might be Christy Passmore.
And Bobby Gerhardt.
Bobby Gerhardt there too. Some trouble up at the top of turn 4, and we're under caution again, and Christy Passmore has bent up the Royal Trading Ford. The poor mechanical Chevrolet of Gerhardt also with right front corner damage. Christy Passmore was running 15th, 3 laps down. Bobby Gerhardt was 16th, so they were fighting for position. Gerhardt to pit road. They will be able to probably put the 5 car back together. We'll be back at Winchester. Back at Winchester Speedway, Shelby Howard on pit road. Don Radebaugh.
Changing right side tires on the 64 car. He had been complaining of a loose condition. It was pretty good going into the corner, but it was loose from the center off. They've already changed right side tires. Obviously now they're going to go to work on the left side, and they just dropped the jack. They got it back up though. Going to get this car as good as they can for the final run here at Winchester. Going to give up some track position in the meantime, but remember, now they go out with fresh skins and hopefully a better handle. Maybe they'll have something for the front runners now. I think they have some time.
Changing tire pressure, maybe, Bill Venturini, to try to adjust the car?
Well, what do we got? 37 laps to go. We'll probably have maybe 30, 35 when we go green. He's going to come out 9th. 9 cars on the lead lap. Where was he running? 3rd?
He was 2nd.
2nd?
Yeah. I'm sorry, the 66 had gotten by him, so he was 3rd.
He was running 3rd.
You're right. Mike Langston had moved
Can he move from 9th back up to 3rd or 2nd? Yeah, I think so.
We will see. Mark Gibson with a great night going. He'll restart 4th. Don Radebaugh, he is in the top 3 in points. Has that win at Atlanta earlier this year. 10 top 10s in 15 tries. He's really been on a roll the last month, though, hasn't he?
I'll tell you, Rick, this team they're on cloud 9. They are all volunteers. In the last 4 starts, he has top 10 finishes. In fact, in the last 4 starts, 3 of those top 10s were top 5s, including a very strong run on the Springfield Mile of Dirt just a week ago when he finished 3rd. Now, keep in mind, this is an all-volunteer crew, and I think it speaks a lot for Mark Gibson when you consider that some of his crew members, including spotters, have been with him for 20 years. His crew chief, Dennis Polte, who's not paid, he's a volunteer. He's been with Mark for nearly a dozen years, and he's still with him. I think that speaks volumes for Mark Gibson, the kind of man he is, and I think their success on the racetrack here is really a great thing, and certainly happy for it.
The Williams Brothers Lumber team has had a terrific season. Mark Gibson in that 59 will restart in 4th. Big cleanup effort up in turn 4 because Christy Passmore left a lot of fluid on the racetrack. We saw Bobby Gerhardt on pit road. They fixed the 5 car. They just needed to straighten some sheet metal, put tires on that car. But Christy's 91 car in trouble. You don't do this if you don't love it, right, Bill Venturini?
You have to love it if you want to race like we do.
We'll be back in Winchester. Getting set for a restart at Winchester Speedway in Winchester, Indiana with Bill Venturini. I'm Rick Benjamin. Great to have you with us. Live short track action on Saturday night here on Speed. 16th race of the season for the ARCA RE/MAX Warriors. Frank Kimmel will be the restart pole sitter. And a reminder, be sure and get your copy of ARCA 50 Years of Racing, the new 50th anniversary hardcover book. 1-800-546-8788 gets you your copy. To Don Radebaugh.
Just a quick report on the 64 car of Shelby Howard. They were down again and, of course, changed 4 tires again. The last set they had, they said that stagger grew on it, and they made the car very, very loose. So they didn't make any adjustments, but they just put on 4 brand new Hoosier tires, hoping to make that car tight for the final run.
Well, if you quit talking down our pit road, Don, they came back down and they made another tire adjustment.
Kids. We're going to turn this bus around.
They took air pressure out of the left front. I watched them do it. Because he was loose, if you take air pressure out of the left front tire, it will tighten the car up. And he came down the second time just to take air out of the left front tire.
We We shall see how it plays out. Shelby Howard will line up ninth for the restart. Don Radebaugh, do you want to get one more shot in on this little contretemps here?
Well, I need to find some better information from the crew chief. Anyway, he told me they made no adjustments. Obviously, they did. I don't know if he thought I was going to pass that on to Frank Kimmel or God knows whoever and give away their secret or something. But he told me they made no adjustments, actually. But apparently they did. And we do know they have 4 new tires. They're adjusted up. Let's see how they do.
They've got a fast race car and a fine young driver, and we'll see what he can do here in the last 32 laps as we prepare for the green. Safety car has the lights out. And he will dive off of turn 4 onto pit road. Ready to go. Lap 169 about to go up on the scoreboard of 200 tonight at Winchester. Plenty of smoke through the speedy dry. We're back underway, and it's Kimmel leading them down into 1. Billy Venturini in the 25, 2 laps down in 13. Langston trying to elbow his way by in the 66. This could get fun. Sherman back on the track in the 44. He's a lap down in 11th. Like a dirt track race broke out tonight here in Winchester.
Definitely coming off a 4. You can't see much at all, let me tell you.
Andy Belmont, 4th in the 1. He's stuck behind Mike Buckley, who's a lap car. And he takes the Verizon Ford high. That's Mark Gibson in the green 59 racing through the dust. Like we're at the Paris-Dakar rally here all of a sudden. Out of turn 2 for 4th spot. Belmont and Gibson in the 59. Leader is Kimmel. Half a second back is Langston. Chase Montgomery is 3rd. This is for 4th. Lap traffic. The Formula 25 car ahead, but he's fast up in 13th. Car length the advantage for Belmont over the 59. 2 seconds back of the lead. Gibson looks high. Not much room between the 1 car and the concrete wall.
There isn't a lot of room between a lot of cars and the concrete wall around this place.
The 4th spot, traffic directly ahead. 44 Brent Sherman, who led several laps earlier, up to 10th, but he's a lap down. First car, 1 lap behind. Sherman pretty quick considering the licking the car took and the work they had to do on pit road. Caution on the speedway. More trouble up in turn 4. Justin Allgaier again?
Yes, it is.
It's like
actually, it's coming off of turn 2.
Yep, fixed him, got him up on the racetrack in turn 2. He's into the wall. Hoosier Tire Pontiac got in the wall coming off 4, and that would be at the exit of 2. So 24 to go, back under caution. Plenty of action as always. Now I think he's knocked all 4 corners off square in that car. One more look at it as they come off 2.
He just got sideways again.
17 years old, learning tonight, I would say, here at Winchester.
Oh, yeah, you definitely, this is a learning experience running here.
Yeah, learning what a tough place this is maybe is lesson number 1 tonight for the 86 team. Well, the left side of Allgaier's car looks pretty good, so he will come back down pit road. And Frank Kimmel gets the opportunity to cool his tires again as the race leader. Kimmel has put, we talked about Mark Gibson, we've talked about Shelby Howard. We haven't said much about Kimmel tonight. He has led after qualifying 4th. Kind of a quiet night, really, for Frank Kimmel.
Okay, I'm looking at Shelby Howard's crew, the 64 crew guys. I think he's coming back down pit road.
Could be. All
yeah, he is.
Pit road,
the
and here comes
64
the
car is coming back down pit road.
Obviously, still not happy with the way that car is behaving, and they get another shot to try to make an adjustment. Don Radebaugh.
Guess they're going to change. Guess they're going to change the diagonal on the race car. I'm understanding now. Changing the diagonal. Bill Venturini, is that something sort of like changing the wedge? What exactly is that?
That's exactly what they did. They took 2 rounds out of the right rear, which meant the car was still loose. He wanted to put more bite in it, which is add more wedge to it. You either put it in the left rear or you take it out of the right rear. They took it out of the right rear. He must still be complaining it's loose.
So Shelby was 9th on that previous restart. Does not lose a lap, but loses track position again. He'll be the tail end of the cars on the lead lap. Pull up behind Bill Ebersol in the 08. Now, I don't think Eversol's on.
No, he's not on lead lap, but there.
So Shelby will get in front of him and behind Randy Van Zandt, who is 8th. Green flag back in the air. Quick restart. 23 to go, and here we go again. And Kimmel jets away to about a 6-car length lead. Langston in the 66 is second. Chase Montgomery giving chase in third. Brent Sherman's right there in the 44 trying to unlap himself. He's 10th. Not quite as quick as the leaders though. Andy Belmont is 4th in the 1. Mark Gibson 5th in the 59. 6th in the 67 is Jason Jarrett. Rest of your favorite drivers in our speed strip at the top of your screen. 20 to go.
Well, see, you're looking at all these cars running up front. It's really deceiving because the 44 car, Brent Sherman, and the 25 of Billy Venturini are running with the leaders right now, but they're one's 1 lap down, one's 2 laps down. That's because they both had problems earlier, but they both had fast race cars all night.
Riding with Chase Montgomery, who sits third. He's a 2nd and a 10th behind Kimmel. Kimmel with open racetrack now building the advantage. Frank Kimmel with a 575-point lead as we watch Shelby Howard trying to work his way up through the field. I think they found something in that race car.
You know,
Shelby
Howard is quick right now. You got that right.
Under Mark Gibson trying for 5th spot with 18 to go. Shelby's huge fan club here tonight. They're on their feet at Winchester. He gets the pass made. James Hilton 22nd in the 48 car. 22 laps down to the leaders. Howard now pulling away from Gibson, so he's back to 5th. What'd they make? 4 stops to adjust on that car?
4 stops. You're right. And when he came in, he was running 3rd. And I said, can he get back up to 3rd? I said, I thought he could. Well, let's see if he can.
Andy Belmont next in line. He is 4th in the 1. 3rd is Montgomery. 2nd is Langston. Your leader's Kimmel by a 2nd.
I think he may be able to catch Andy Belmont, but I don't think he's going to catch Chase Montgomery.
Montgomery is up pressuring Langston. Good race for 2nd on the backstretch. We watch Belmont and Howard. This is for 4th. Howard quickly catches Belmont.
And then let's see what Andy stretches out just a little.
Howard able to run the car up high now. So they changed tires twice. They adjusted air pressure, and they took wedge out of the car.
I just saw Brent Sherman get really loose coming off of 4, and Andy Belmont closed up real.
And Sherman loses it indeed. Loops the car, keeps it pointed mostly in the right direction, will stay green with 13 laps to go. Now he stops down on the apron at 2. I don't think they can allow us to stay green. Yellow does wave. So Sherman brings out a caution, then refires the 44. Almost looked as though he's learned the old short track trick. Wait for the yellow light, then go.
Stop. Wait. Let him throw the yellow and then go.
Sherman, just as you said, Bill, got looser and looser and looser and just had to get out from under him. You did. Spoken like a 2-time ARCA REMAX Series champion.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Shelby Howard will have to climb on the brakes and wait behind the 1 of Andy Belmont. The big battle, though, is for 2nd spot between Langston and Chase Montgomery. We'll be back at Winchester. Speedway here on Speed with Bill Venturini. I'm Rick Benjamin. Don Radebaugh busy tonight on pit road for us. Frank Kimmel has dominated the 2nd half. Had his hands full. Paul Menard qualified on the pole, led the first 28 laps before getting caught up in a wreck. Brent Sherman had the lead for a good bit in the mid portion of this one in the 44 car. He too got caught in a wreck and has just spun for the 2nd time, bringing out the yellow. And we're set to go green. Kimmel on the pole. The 66 of Mike Langston restarting 2nd. Chase Montgomery, Andy Belmont, and Shelby Howard. Your top 5. Mark Gibson lining up 6th ahead of Jason Jarrett, Todd Bowser, Randy Van Zandt, then Billy Venturini. Ready to restart at Winchester. There'll be 8 to go when the green goes up in the air, and we're back underway. Here we go.
Good jump by Frank Kimmel again on the restart.
Kimmel by 5 car lengths over Langston. Now can Montgomery, who was all over Langston's back bumper, get up and take 2nd away from the 66, riding with Chase down into 3. Frank Kimmel with 5 wins in 15 starts, 14 top 5s in 15 starts this year, and a huge point lead. Here's Howard trying to get by Belmont for 4th, and he's got him down in 3.
Oh, slide job. Good job.
Belmont has to squeeze the brakes to avoid running into Howard. Kimmel is your leader. Langston is 2nd. Montgomery is third, Howard fourth, Belmont fifth. Second, third, and fourth, nose to tail. Montgomery trying to turn inside Langston.
5 laps
to go. Contact. Montgomery takes out Langston. They catch up Howard. Montgomery goes upside down in 2. Chase Montgomery slides down the racetrack. Mark Gibson tags him. Chase Montgomery gets flipped. Gibson rolls down the racetrack.
Andy Belmont stops. Holy smokes! There, all cars are wrecked. All kinds of cars are wrecked.
Big trouble in turn 2. Red flag on the speedway. We will stop this one with 5 to go. Wild action in turn 2. Let's take a look over in turn 2 and see what happened. Chase Montgomery was pressuring Langston. They made contact. Langston went around. Shelby Howard, huge damage to the 64 car here on the front straightaway. The rookie Langston in his 5th career start was running second. He got clipped hard going into the corner and gets turned around, and Chase Montgomery goes upside down. Here is another look.
Oh, Montgomery got into Langston.
Pinched Langston into the wall. Howard got into it, and Montgomery gets turned over.
Mark Gibson got involved in. I don't see where Andy Belmont got involved in, but and then Mark got hit again by the 27 car.
Heavy damage, big problems up in turn 2. Late in the going with 5 to go at Winchester. Here's a look from a different angle. And Montgomery just got into the right rear quarter panel of the 66 car and turned him around, and then Montgomery upside down. Gibson was just along for the ride. Todd Bowser just sneaking by. Jason Jarrett just snuck by.
Billy Venturini right between Gibson and Chase Montgomery.
So the safety crews quickly over to Chase Montgomery's car. Now, it did not appear to be that severe a flip. It was a gentle roll.
It was a gentle roll. I'm sure that he didn't get hurt with the flip, because it was. You saw it. He actually crashed first.
There's Chase Montgomery waving to the fans. EMTs quickly there. We heard from Chase at the top of the broadcast.
We said
about what a mean old place
was. How about it? Rough and tough.
And Chase Montgomery has another story to tell about racing at Winchester. He was going for second spot. He turned Mike Langston. They tangled with one another. Took a hard hit. Now, Frank Kimmel was all alone out in front of the mess, but among the contenders, Shelby Howard should be able to restart second. But if we can get a shot here on the front straightaway of Howard's car, we'll show you the severe damage to the right side of the Mack Dodge. Meantime, the safety crew continuing to work cleaning up in turn 2. The ambulance not needed, fortunately. There's Howard's car. Now,
look at the whole side's tore off.
This is a short track, but that is going to slow him down when we get ready to go racing. Here's from Chase Montgomery's onboard camera. Langston had already clipped the wall.
Yeah, he clipped the wall coming off of 4. You're right. Okay, we are upside down.
Yes, we are.
We are upside down.
Shower of sparks on the asphalt. And that's never a good sign when it's all silent.
Oh, no.
Upside down.
I've had that happen. And now he's going, okay, where am I?
Mark Gibson, heavy damage to the 59 car too, Don Radebaugh.
And there certainly is, Mark Gibson. It's certainly great to see you out of the car and smiling. I was hoping to talk to you soon, talking about a top 5 finish. It's not going to happen tonight. What happened from your angle? It's a mess up there.
I don't know. First of all, Williams Brothers Lumber's car was really good. We were top second practice, and I just overdrove the car in qualifying. But the 66, I don't know, he was about spun out down in 4, and 27 got under him, and he got loose and got into him, just backed everybody up. Right. Yeah, I'm fine. Just racing, hard racing, 5 to go. It's a shame. Williams Brothers Lumber car, we had a top 5 car and missed a shift on that next to last restart. Andy got by me, and I think we could have got back 3rd or 4th or 5th, but that's the way it goes. It's Winchester.
Now, you got a car for the dirt, though. You can...
We brought 3 cars. We're staying up here. We brought one for the dirt, one for here, and one for Chicago.
Andy Belmont, I guess you caught a piece of that as well. What it looked like from your seat?
A little pissant in the 27 car. Drove slamming the back of the 66 and turned him. I mean, these little kids that belong in kiddie cars, they ought to race in some other kind of racing before they come up here and tear our stuff all to hell. The Verizon car had a top 5 car all night. I felt terrible about passing Mark here. He loaned me a motor for the night, and he missed a shift there. I had to take it. I was trying not to pass him, trying to be, do the right thing. But, man, it just makes absolutely no sense with 5 laps left to tear up $200,000 worth of equipment because some punk kid out here don't have the experience, and he just got his foot in the radiator cap.
I don't think I need to add any more, gentlemen.
Well, go ahead, Andy. Tell us what you feel. Wow.
He's too reserved. He's just too reserved. I don't know. Now, Bill Venturini, I've never raced at this level, but I have to say, Chase Montgomery was going for second spot with less than 5 to go.
Yeah, and I don't think Chase got into it as much as I think the 66 got sideways.
He bounced off
He got off the wall there. All right, good angle there. And I think he came down on him a little. He came down a little on him. And you know, Andy, I love you, Andy, but let's not rip on Chase Montgomery too bad. I think it was a combination of two people wanting the same piece of real estate.
And as good as Mike Langston has been tonight, remember, 39 years old, only racing for 4 years, just his 5th ARCA REMAX start ever. A very fast race car, very competitive, up in second spot. I think that's a lack of experience.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, you know. I think he just running second, you know, you're excited, or running third, wherever you are. I think I saw it. Like I said earlier, come off a 4, he got sideways, hit the wall first, coming off a 4. And then when you run down that front straightaway and you're still got your foot in it, you think, oh, what's going to happen when I get in the corner? Let's hope it sticks.
Well, the Chase Montgomery machine upside down, done for the night in 2, or red flagged at Winchester. Back live at Winchester Speedway in Winchester, Indiana. The ARCA REMAX 200 on speed, red flagged with 4 laps to go after a huge incident in turn 2. The battle for second spot between Mike Langston, the rookie in car number 66, and young veteran Chase Montgomery in the 27. Shelby Howard right there too. Watch this as they came to turn 1. Contact between the two cars. And it ended up with Chase Montgomery on his roof sliding down the racetrack. He's out of the race car just fine. The 27 anything but fine. And what that wreck did was it took a lot of top 5 cars out of the race.
Todd Bowser just got through that too.
Todd Bowser, Jason Jarrett, and Randy Van Zant came within. I mean, there couldn't have been a dime's worth of space between their cars and the wreck.
You know, I'm looking at this. This is the 3rd or 4th time, and I have to say the 66 came down across the front nose of the 27.
I understand Andy Belmont was angry because his car was torn up.
Yeah, but I don't think he saw. You know, if he's standing up and sees the replay of what we're seeing, it looks like the 66. Yeah, you know, I just. Whoa, you hear that?
Oh, yeah. And they were battling for second spot. Right. It's not like they were running 15th and 16th. And Chase Montgomery wants to win. Mike Langston certainly wanted to run second. Meantime, Shelby Howard with a lot at stake tonight, Don Ray DeBall. What about that race car now?
A lot at stake, and unfortunately, a lot of damage to the right side of this race car. Shelby, are you going to just kind of stay out and struggle home tonight? How bad is it? Can you tell from there?
You know, it's tore up a little bit over there. I think we're going to be hard to stay out. We're going to see what we got here from Frank in his last few laps, and you know, we're happy with it. We made that pit stop there and had to work our way back up through here, and you know, we're sitting pretty good right now. I could be in a better spot except for I was in Frank's spot, so we'll see if we can get him here.
All right, that's Shelby Howard. We'll keep an eye on it.
I guess my prediction was right. I said, would he get up to second or third? I said, yeah, maybe. Okay, well, he's in second right now.
He is, but boy, I'll tell you, with all the damage to the right side of that car, you have to wonder if it's going to be able to run at speed. You were saying that you don't think the bodywork will be a problem. I would think the bodywork would act as a brake more than anything else. Even here, you're running, what, 135 down the straightaways?
Yeah, but it's not hanging out. It's all pushed in.
Well, we shall see. All right, Don Ray DeBall has moved up to the race leader and points leader, Frank Kimmel.
Frank, how are we doing tonight? As I understand it, you've only been down pit road once. Are you hanging on for dear life out there? How are the tires? It's been a long run.
It has been a long run, but Don, the Advanced Auto Parts car has been running some of the best laps we have all night, so hopefully the stage drive won't be too bad up there, and I know Shelby will treat me good. Get a good restart, hope we can hold on.
So tire issues are not a problem here tonight, even though you've been out for 100 or more laps?
Well, I tell you what, there's a lot of these laps have been under caution, as you can tell, and so yeah, it slows you down, but they'll cool off here a little bit. All we got to get is 2 good ones.
If you can win tonight, Frank, it'll put win number 49 on the board. What will this do momentum-wise heading into this trio of races on the dirt and, of course, ending up in Chicagoland?
Well, it'd be great to get a win, Don, but we're not counting any eggs yet. We've got our chickens, I guess, but you know, the Advanced Auto Parts 4 car has been great, and you know, we ran strong all night here. We had some great competition, and we just have to try to finish it off right now.
Well, as I mentioned, he's got 48 wins now. He's got 3 here at Winchester. He knows how to get around this place.
Yes, he does, and that team is very, very stout everywhere they go. amazing line score for Kimmel on the season. 15 races, 14 top fives. The DNF at Nashville when they were in position to win, when they broke the gearbox on pit road.
Well, you know, the class of the field.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. You know, they've got an excellent sponsor, Advanced Auto Parts, pork, the other white meat. Great people to do business with. They keep his team well funded. His crew, very good crew. His brother Bill, probably the sharpest guy on pit road. You know, and Larry Clements, the car owner, who's not afraid to spend the money. Good job, Larry. You know, where on the other hand, Billy Venturini's car owner, me, or my wife, we're a little tight with the money. You know,
well, you race on the budget you have available.
Right, you race on the budget that you have available, and right now, Frank Kimmel has the best budget in the ARCA program, and it's showing. But you know, his time's gonna come. How old is he? He's
41.
41. Okay, you know, and I think Frank is starting to see a little change in the guard. Granted, he's having a kick butt season right now, no doubt about it. But the young guys are coming after him. Shelby Howard, you know, Chase Montgomery, Jason Jarrett, Billy Venturini. These are guys that are on their way up the ladder, and Frank's
he's not on the way down.
He's not on the way down, but he's plateaued. Right, he's leveled off, and when you're at that age, you know, I've been there, two-time champion. I went, you know, from the rookie that didn't know what the heck he was doing and wrecked a lot of race cars, climbed up the ladder, got to the top, stayed there, and then I was really fortunate, and I think Frank's going to do the same thing that I did, is that he'll win a couple. He's He's won 4 or 5 championships, okay? But I don't think Frank will stay in this business a lot longer once he feels he's accomplished everything he did. I was fortunate when I got out of the series. I was kind of still running up on top. Frank's the same type of guy. He's a competitor.
Yeah.
And if he can't run up in the top 5 or win the race, he's going to say, well, why am I doing it?
You want to leave them wanting more. You want to leave your fans still enthused about seeing you on the racetrack.
And Frank, you know, I listen to Frank talk to these young guys every race we go to, and these young guys really like to dig it to Frank. I got to tell you that. You know, but Frank's still the best there is right now. There's no doubt about it. He's done one thing in this series. He set the level much higher than it's ever been.
Well, every series has somebody like that all the new teams watch. And you have to aim your program at that team or that driver. And Kimmel has been that guy the last 5 years in the ARCA REMAX Series. And he's a worthy guy, I think, to be in that spot.
We nicknamed him Senator Kimmel. He's always politically correct.
Let's get more from what's going on down on the front straightaway as we prepare for the restart. Jason Jarrett will line up in, perhaps 3rd spot, Don Radebaugh.
There's a lot going on down here. In fact, Jason's car is in the run mode. How you doing tonight, Jason? I know you were fighting a loose race car all night long. How is it now?
The car's not better. We came back in and raised the track bar. I got tight on this set of tires. But really, I mean, I think we're okay. We missed that big wreck. You know, we've just been working on it all night, and I think the guys in the pits deserve a big hand, and also the people from Gladiator and Damon Motor Coaches are here watching us tonight, too.
Okay, well, the car's got a lot of war wounds on it. I think we can give Jason Jarrett a big hand here tonight, currently 2nd in points in the ARCA REMAX Series.
Okay, now only in ARCA and on speed can you get an interview of a driver while the race is still going on, and they're in the race car on the racetrack.
On the front straightaway, behind the pace car, ready to roll away. No doubt about that. All the ARCA REMAX Series fans here tonight, full house in Winchester. And, you know, this is one of those places. I've been coming here for 5 or 6 years now.
I'm looking at this. Look at this guy. There's a picture of Frank Kimmel. Yeah.
Yep. There he is.
And there's the book. There's the book.
Yep. Want to get your copy of the ARCA 50th Anniversary Coffee Table book with pictures of my broadcast partner, Mr. Venturini, during his championship years. He might even sign one for you at the racetrack.
Yeah, you had me sign one for you. I know.
For my dad. That went to my dad down in Florida.
Well, say hi to your dad for me.
Recovering from cancer surgery, doing very, very well. Back, he's feisty. He's calling me every day. He's out working in the yard. He's ready to go. Ready to come back to the racetrack soon, I think.
You tell you, my dad's 75. I don't even know what the heck he's doing. I haven't talked to him in months. He's always out doing something.
On the boat, no doubt. All right, we'll squeeze in another timeout and come right back for the finish here at Winchester. Back live at Winchester Speedway in Winchester, Indiana. The ARCA REMAX 200 tonight on speed. 16th race of the season. If you've enjoyed this short track event tonight for the ARCA REMAX Series, Mark your calendar 2 weeks from tonight. We're at Salem Speedway in Indiana, down near Louisville, Kentucky, actually, for 200 laps. And that is a great place.
Very similar racetrack as this one.
Not quite as high banked,
but almost as fast. Only about a second slower. 3 and 4 is almost, I think, as high banked. You know, they run and you run right in the center of the wall. You know, right up to the wall in the center of the corner. 3 and 4.
And the terrain there is very interesting too. It's kind of like off-roading on pavement.
You've been there.
Oh, many times.
Yeah, a little bumpy,
It always makes for an exciting night. Hope you can be with us at Salem Speedway at 8 o'clock Eastern, 2 weeks from tonight, the 13th of September, for the, I believe that's the Eddie Gilstrap Motors Tour.
You know, I asked the promoter, I said, when are you going to pave this racetrack? He says, you know, if we pave this racetrack, do you know how fast they'd be?
Well, that's true.
He says we couldn't keep them inside the retaining walls.
They have to build a much higher catch fence.
You got that right.
They speed the track up a good bit.
You know, I got to tell you, speaking of Salem and bumpy, I went there and did some testing for a guy many years ago, and it was so bumpy, and I wore contact lenses when I raced back then. For him and one of the races I ran at Salem, actually it vibrated the contact out of my eyes.
That is a rough race.
Yep.
And it has only gotten rougher since then.
Yeah, I don't think it's been paved since 1965 or 66.
At least.
But it's an exciting place.
Yeah.
They've done a beautiful job with the facility. Great.
Oh, the
new grandstands.
Wonderful, yeah.
They take good care of us too in our
do.
broadcast booth. I got to thank you, people at Salem.
We look forward to going there every year. It's always one of my favorite
They
places
even feed
to
us
go.
very well there too.
They do, and I know that's big on your agenda whenever we go to the racetrack. Getting ready for a restart, and this will be lap 200 coming up. So we'll see a green, white, checkered finish. And quickly, let's get an update from downstairs. Don Radeball.
I just want to put a quick plug in for Daryl Basham, the 34 car. He's having a pretty good run here tonight. You know, we're seeing a lot of race cars here tonight. Unfortunately, those guys have other race cars. They can run the mile dirt at DeCoin in a couple of days. If Daryl gets out of here clean tonight, he's going to take this same car to the mile dirt at DeCoin in 2 days. If it works out good at DeCoin, he's going to take the same car to Chicagoland Speedway next Saturday. How about that?
Now that is a dedicated bunch of racers. Daryl Basham won 20th of the 30.
Shelby Howard is definitely dragging sheet metal.
Yes, he is. One lap till green. And we will work overtime tonight to give you a green, white, checkered finish here on speed. And Shelby Howard, yeah, he's got severe problems. I'll be surprised if they go green and let him take the green there, because there is sheet metal flapping in the breeze on the 64 car. As we prepare for the final couple of green flag laps tonight. Craig Kimmel will be your restart pole sitter. Howard is lined up in second. The 67 of Jarrett. Our coverage of the ARCA RE/MAX Series tonight has been brought to you by RE/MAX, outstanding agents, outstanding results, and by Gladiator Garage Works. Gladiator Garage Works is the official garage of ARCA. Proud to announce that the Gladiator of the race winner tonight is a driver to be named.
And we got back to the last.
We're back underway. Green, white, checkered coming up. Howard with the sheet metal flapping in the breeze. Fans are standing, putting pressure on Kimmel. Should be the white flag this time by. Look at the sheet metal drag. Sparks as they come out of turn 4. Here's the white flag.
Shelby Howard was sideways in 3 and 4 coming out the corner.
He's giving it everything he's got. They have let him run through the oil dry up there in 2 after the Montgomery wreck. Heading to the stripe. Frank Kimmel on his way to his 6th win of the year, but Shelby Howard says, hey, I'm going to give you some heat. But it's going to be Kimmel the winner. Howard is second. Jason Jarrett is third. Randy Van Zandt is fourth. Todd Boucher is fifth. Brent Sherman comes back for 6th. Mike Buckley gets 7th. Andy Ponstein is 8th. 9th to Billy Venturini, and 10th to the 38 car.
John Sadinsky.
Great run for John Sadinsky from Johnstown, Ohio. In the 16th race of the season, 15 top 5s now for points leader Frank Kimmel, his 6th win of the year. There's his crew chief and brother Bill Kimmel out to meet his brother and driver in victory lane. The Larry Clement team scores their 6th win of 2003. Howard gets credit for 2nd, 3rd to Jason Jarrett. A good run for the 67 team because of all the problems they endured tonight. Shelby Howard's car heavily damaged. He does get 2nd. Don Radeball.
This car is not heavily damaged. Congratulations, Frank Kimmel, win number 49. How do you feel?
That's pretty cool, Don. I tell you what, I got to thank Advanced Auto Parts Ford crew. What a great race car. Started out a little bit loose, but Bill and the guys made an adjustment. That last set of tires was awesome, and it's going to be a great race. I really appreciate it. It's a great run.
Little loose and a great race car driver. That's Frank Kimmel.
Frank Kimmel is your winner for the 6th time this season. Gladiator pit stop of the race to Todd Boucher's crew earlier tonight, and he is our gladiator of the race as well. Kimmel, your winner. Shelby Howard second with that flapping sheet metal.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, pat me on the back. I said he'd finish second.
You said he finished second, and he did. Jared,
yeah, thanks to a wreck.
Yeah. Brent Sherman, though, after leading the race, wrecking, going 2 down, finishes a lap down in 6th.
We had a good run for Randy Van Zandt and Todd Boucher. Top 5 for Todd Boucher. Glad to see it for Todd in the Gordon Food Service Marketplace 4.
Mike Buckley, as we said, in 7th. Andy Ponstein 8th. Billy Venturini 2 laps down.
Started 4th. Yeah. Started last, ends up finishing 9th. Can't complain.
20th for Darrell Basham, Mark Gibson, Andy Belmont, Chase Montgomery, Mike Langston. They were 2nd through 5th. They get caught up in that late wreck. Brad Smith gets credit for 21st. James Hilton 22nd. Christy Passmore wrecked late. Jason Hedleski in the wall twice. Paul Menard was the pole sitter and led the first 28 laps before getting caught up in a wreck. Ron Cox 31st. Neil McClellan, Mike Cook, and Jerry Middleton round up the field tonight here at Winchester Speedway. Kimmel out of the race car. He has worked hard for that win tonight.
Well, I got to tell you, everybody worked hard tonight. Even the guys that finished 15th, 20th, everybody worked hard at Winchester because it makes you do that.
Monday, they go to the Dirt Mile in DuQuoin. Next Saturday at Chicagoland Speedway. Quite a night at Winchester. Hope you enjoyed our coverage of the ARCA REMAX Series. For Don Radebaugh and Bill Venturini, I'm Rick Benjamin, reminding you all the information you need in motorsports available 24/7 at our website, which is speedtv.com. I'm Rick Benjamin. Thanks for being with us. We'll talk to you next time here on Speed.